Ready, start. The Sanchar Sathi app launched by the Department of Telecommunications under the Government of India represents a significant step in the country's ongoing efforts to strengthen digital security and empower mobile users. Conceived as a citizen-centric initiative, the app was designed to provide tools for tracking lost or stolen mobile devices, preventing misuse of SIM cards, and reporting cyber fraud. Its introduction reflects the growing recognition that mobile phones are not merely communication devices but essential instruments of financial transactions, identity verification, and social connectivity in modern India para. Initially, the government announced that smartphone manufacturers would be required to pre-install the Sanchar Sathi app on all new devices beginning in March 2026. The rationale was straightforward. By embedding the app into every handset, citizens would have immediate access to its protective features without needing to download it separately. However, this directive quickly sparked widespread debate. Critics argued that mandatory pre-installation raised serious concerns about privacy, surveillance, and user autonomy. Civil society groups, digital rights activists, and sections of the media questioned whether such a move might set a precedent for state intrusion into personal devices. Where within 2 days of the announcement, the government rolled back the order, clarifying that the app would remain voluntary. Telecom Minister Jayatri Aditya Sichindia emphasized that users were free to delete the app at any time and that its installation was not compulsory. This swift reversal highlighted the delicate balance between promoting digital safety and respecting individual privacy. It also underscored the responsiveness of policy makers to public opinion in the digital age, where concerns about surveillance can quickly escalate into national debates. Despite the controversy, the Sanchar Sathi app has already achieved considerable success. Reports indicate that more than 1.4 crore downloads have taken place and thousands of fraud cases are being reported daily through the platform. The app's features include the ability to block lost or stolen phones, verify the number of SIM cards issued against a user's identity, and lodge complaints about suspicious activities for ordinary citizens. These functions provide a sense of security in an era when mobile-related frauds, including SIM cloning and phishing, are on the rise. The broader significance of the Sanchar Sathi initiative lies in its attempt to create a culture of digital vigilance. India's rapid digital transformation, driven by affordable smartphones and widespread internet access, has brought immense opportunities but also new vulnerabilities. Cyber criminals exploit gaps in awareness, regulatory loopholes, and technological weaknesses to target unsuspecting users. By offering a simple, accessible tool, the government aims to empower individuals to take proactive steps in safeguarding their digital lives. At the same time, the debate around mandatory installation serves as a reminder that technological solutions must be accompanied by robust safeguards for privacy and autonomy. The rollback of the directive demonstrates that citizens value their right to choose and that trust in digital initiatives depends on transparency and accountability. In this sense, the Sanchar Sathi episode is not merely about one app, but about the evolving relationship between the state, technology, and society pair. Looking ahead, the success of the app will depend on sustained public awareness campaigns, continuous improvement of its features, and integration with broader cybersecurity frameworks. Educational institutions, community organizations, and media platforms can play a vital role in spreading knowledge about how to use the app effectively. Moreover, collaboration with telecom operators and law enforcement agencies will be essential to ensure that reports generated through the app lead to timely action. Stop. Thank you.